Good morning. The country that I speak today is Spain. Let's learn about everything of Spain. In content, you see the introduction to Spain, a little bit of history on Spain, Spanish culture, Spanish economy, and football in Spain. The first, you see a little bit the history of Spain. In the first image, you see a little bit of the first inhabitants of the peninsula where the Celtic have a problematic with the Carthaginians. In the second image, you see a little bit in the age 711, the Muslims and the are fighting in the front of the Africa and invaded the Hispania and created some caliphate of Cordoba. In the third image, you see a little bit of Isabella of Castile is the queen of that is Spain, and speak about the reconquest of the capture of Granada. In that part is most important have a special history in that part because it's queen and have the reconquest of Granada. In the last image, you see the civil war in the age 1936 and 1939. You see the disrupting and the Francisco capture, which captured in 1975. We see in the third slide the Spanish culture that a little bit about the language and tradition, the festival and the culture and the dance. In that part in Spain are a country very famous for have a language and tradition to speak in Spanish or a little bit of Latin. That is a co-official language. In the second part you see the festival, art and architecture. In that city you have the art and the structure of the dance. You see much festival about with the special day, and they have most everything special to do. In dance, you see some special culture in that part. You see the flamenco, the regional dance, the classic ballet, and the contemporary dance in Spain. That are a little bit of the history in that part. Now we see the Spanish economy. In Spain, you see the key sectors. That key sectors have the 10% of that economy in Spain. That a little bit they have the stores, they have sector of the tourism, the agriculture, the especially olive, and they have the industry. In the other part, we see the 17% of the tourists. And that part is so important because Spain are the most country to visit the person because they have so many to do activities. Let's see the other part of the tourists that have the 17% about the economy in Spain. In that tourism, they have the historic cities and in the very important gastronomy. We see the Spain of the most popular tourist destination in the world. In that part of tourism, they have many activities to do. They have tours. They have many activities to do. Or for now, you see the Stadium of Barcelona, Real Madrid. That names are Camp Nou, Spotify, and the stadium of Real Madrid is El Bernabeu. You see every stadium they have the most important league in the world. That's it, the La Liga is the name of the league on Spain that have many teams in that part. Okay, we see in this moment some part of the gastronomy. In the typical food that you see in Spain, you see the paella, you see the cortado, you see every gastronomy in that part. Traditional dishes, they have many dishes to do. They have delicious dishes. They have the cucurella. You have many traditional dishes. And the desserts of the candies they have in Spain are the coconut with sugar that are traditional dessert of Spain. That is important in that Spain. Okay, right now we see some important Spain legend more in football. Spain have a big history in the soccer because they have a legend in the football. We see David De Gea, Xavi, Marco Alonso, Isco, Thiago Alcantara. You see many soccer players that are legend in Spain. Okay, for finally, we see important football facts in sport. In the age 2018, we see the Spain won the Eurocopa League that have many factors of that age because in Spain they have many history in that sport. In that game, Spain won with a very important thing because they have many legends in that thing. They have Xavi Alonso, they have Puyol, they have Sergio Ramos, they have Piqué. They have many legends in that thing in that age. Later, in 2010, you see the Spain won the World Cup. In that age, Spain won 2-1 with the country or with the city to Netherlands. That game is a very important game that Spain never forget it in that age because Spain won in the last minute in the game. Later, you see, for finally, you see the legend in Spain that are Xavi Alonso, and now you see the new época that have in the game of Spain that are Lamine Yamal. Okay guys, thank you for these slides and this presentation, and we see a page of memory that have a comfort in this exposition, and they have thank you very much and come and discover Spain. Let's go. Good morning, my name of experiment is Tsunami. In this moment you see I have the material of the experiment. I have a glass container, a glass of cup, a water, I have candle, I have alcohol, 10 milliliters of chlorine, vegetal dye, and one soup. Okay, the first step of this experiment is put the water in this cup, in this glass of cup. If you want to put and that's it. The first step is put the water in this cube, right? The second step on this experiment is put the vegetal dye in the cube is that you want. I have in this moment vegetal dye of color yellow. I put a little bit of this in this cube. And the next step is okay, in this moment you see the water, the color of the water is yellow, right? Okay, in this moment I finished the second and the first step of this experiment. In this moment I put the 10 milliliters of chlorine. You see in this moment the water is changed the color because they have some chloride. In this moment I speak about a little bit of the structure of this. The reaction of this water is because the chlorine, the vegetal dye is not oxidized, and the chlorine is a mix with the chlorine, and that is the step that you need to do this step. You need to do this step very well, because if you don't resolve the water, it's don't be a good experiment or don't be useful. Okay. In this moment, I have the alcohol in this bottle is 100% of alcohol. I put in this glass of cup in everything in part of this bottle. When I put alcohol in all of bottle in this bottle of cup, and the next step I put the candle. Okay. Okay, you see this wall? You see the reaction of the candle, right? The next step is for you see, right? I do this step again. These steps you need to do very fast, because the fire is off. Okay. Okay, in this moment you need to do again, because I do a demonstration. You need to do very fast, because okay, in this moment you see the change of the color in this water. You see in that part the water is orange, but in this bottle of water the water is changed all a color red. Why they change the water? Because you need to see the reaction on this of thing. There is the reaction that have the water and the candle and the 10 milliliters of chlorine. In this moment you see the form, and you need to step by the step. This reaction occurs when the chlorine molecules are easily that oxidable, and what chlorine is either it works as a dominant oxidant. That is to happen to this experiment, and that is the reaction that have with the 10 milliliters of chlorine and the alcohol. Thank you so much and have a good day.